Hi everybody, it's Stephen Brooks from Rubber Hunting Animation. Today I'm going to be doing an animatic, which sounds like animation, but it is not. You may be wondering why I'm on Video Blog 5 and I still haven't done any animation, and the answer is simple. I'm doing it all myself. There's a lot of stuff to keep track of when doing an animated short. I don't have anything that I can delegate to anybody, so I go through these stages, so I only have to focus on one thing at a time. With the Brainstorm, you don't have to focus on anything, you just throw everything down on a paper. But when you do the script, you have to structure that. So that's what's in my head, structure. Then when I do the storyboards, I have to focus on visual cues, making sure everything's coherent. And then when I do the audio, I have to focus on audio cues, making sure that people sound different. Now I'm taking the audio I did last time and the storyboards I did before, and I'm combining them together into an animatic. So at the end of all these stages, I'll have a nice solid base that I could just animate on and just have fun. So, animatic. So last time we did voice acting and I cut it up and I ended up with the soundtrack. As you can see, I've split up my storyboards. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these here. I'm just going to take this one, put it right in the center. I'm just going to pick a frame somewhere around here, somewhere around a second. Hit F6 in Flash in case you want to know. And that's my keyframe. Right click, swap symbol to my second one. As far as timing goes, one of the things you'll want to try to do is make sure that the image pops up before the audio or after the audio. Rarely do you want the image to go right on the audio. I mean, unless you're doing a music video or something like that, and even then it's iffy. When you want to tell someone that something is coming, you show them and then you let them hear what that thing is doing. If you want something to be a reveal or you want it to be a surprise, make them hear it, then you show it. You see, boom, over black. And then you see the bunny running, and then you hear, then you see him, then he says something, then we see the cops. How ironic. There's a siren outside right now. When you're sitting there and things are being displayed in front of you, it's supposed to mimic how you would look around the room at the time. By having an audio come before visual, it's like you've heard something and then you turn and you look and you see. It seems kind of obvious unless you don't know it. And then the bunny runs up to the barn. It should be a pretty quick scene, not very long. Slams the door shut. This is not a program-specific process, the animatic. All you need is something that is going to display some images on the screen for a certain amount of time, and that's going to play audio with it. Any program that can do that will work fine, okay? I've chosen Flash. It's the way it is. Doesn't matter. And then here's another case. Before he says to communicate, I go back inside.
What we've got here is a failure to communicate.
So that to communicate. So I just want to pick a spot here and jump back inside. I'm not staying strict to the storyboard. You will notice that I am using the same exact scene twice. I have this scene here, and then we go outside, and then we go back inside, and then we go back outside. The reason is because, you know, if I do it just the way that I had it in the storyboards, it'd be boring. This is where the timing comes in. I gotta have jumps, I gotta have changes in the scene. You can see why all these stages are necessary. I do the storyboard, and I get a really good idea of the storyboard. Everything's popping in my head, it's going really well. And then I do the dialogue, and things are sounding really funny, and I have to rectify what I've done in the storyboard with what I've done in the soundtrack. So now I've reached the end of my soundtrack, and then black. That's pretty much the animatic as it is with the sticky pads. Now I just go over it one more time on another layer, except now I'm just drawing more pictures. There's going to be more transitions. It's almost the exact same thing that I did in the storyboard. Now he's going to be running up at an angle. And I'll run past the camera here. So here are the cops. Nothing special. I'll design them later. Remember, I have the push in to his face. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's have it fade to black a little bit here as well. So I'll just do this. Drop the alpha down. Shape tween. Hi everybody, I just wanted to make mention of something. You will have noticed that I am wearing a different shirt, and there's a simple reason for that. It's a different day. Yesterday I had, let's call them computer problems. Major computer issues. And by the time I got it fixed, it was 9 o'clock and I was ready to call it a day. So here I am the next day, ready to get back at it. And I just wanted to make mention of this so that you know that this type of stuff happens. So here I am. Let's get back to work with a smile on her face. So I'm just making them run here. Nothing fancy.
Oh my.
So you can see as I've gone through and I made sure that I had the timing down for the storyboards. Now I'm going through and I'm putting in some extra images. I'm making things a little bit more visually involved. The storyboards are great, but they're static.
We interrupt this migration report to bring you a high-speed chase currently in progress.
Oh, juicy.
Wait a minute.
I like that that pan up. So now I just have to make sure the bunny is there as well. It's going to be hard for people to see the bunny throwing something into the bushes from that high up. This might be a scene that I might end up having to change. The timing's a little bit different than what I had planned before on my program here. This is good. I want this because this means that I'm actually making some sort of progress. So basically all I'm doing with this animatic is I'm taking the ideas that I had in all the different phases and I'm just trying to flesh them out a little bit better. You know, I've already got the scenes down. Now I just want to put a little bit of motion to it, get an idea of the timing a little bit better, and this is my pre-animation. You know, that's kind of a good way to look at it, I guess. You know what this looks like? It looks like the ghosts in Pac-Man. These lines just let me know that this is the person that's speaking.
Huh. Chickens crossing the road.
Okay, so he throws his basket away and then he runs across. Chickens are coming, car stops, then we zoom in.
Huh. Chickens crossing
We're on the left, right? So the focus is over here. So where do I go next? Bam, right here. This is where the action's going to happen, on the left. So he slams the door shut, boom, and then he puts his face up against the window, right here. So where do I want the bamboozled face to be? I want it to be right there. Bamboozled. Makes everything very readable. This is stuff that comes up in the storyboard. That's a pacing issue. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do some rain. There's my rain. Easy as pie. That looks pretty solid for now. I already see some trouble in the timing. Not big trouble, but I would like some things to move a little quicker, some things to move a little slower. I may cut out some things entirely. Computer issues aside, I can call this successful. And the next video blog, the sound effects video blog, is going to be a fun one to watch because I don't think a lot of people do their own sound effects, and hopefully this will give you an idea of where to start and how to start thinking in terms of sound. And so that's it. Simple, right? That's an animatic. Goodbye. That's stupid.